starting your own small business, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing absolutely fine. Today I have with me Saumya. She's the owner of a creator studio and a trendsetter herself. Hi Saumya, welcome to my channel.
Hi.
So let me start by asking you, how did you decide you wanted to start a creator studio and how did you come particularly with this name?
Okay, so that was like a very, very long journey for me because I was looking for all these names in different languages which sounded cool and spelled really short. And then, when people were curious about what this is, and I went down that road, I spiraled down that road. I was very confused because I understand the importance of a good name. Okay, I completely get it. But I also wanted the name to be very obvious and tell the customer what they had to expect. Okay. And then I was like, I'm a very straightforward person. I just speak my mind.
Right.
So the name should really reflect that. So I thought that a creator studio was the perfect umbrella name. I wanted the name to be open enough so that I can do anything and everything that I want. So the idea behind this brand was never to just be a jewelry brand, and still isn't. But the thing is, being a single person, I couldn't expand that quickly, right? And I didn't want to take a lot of things with me. So I wanted the name in the long term to support my outlook for the brand, like my plans for the brand to grow in any direction that I want. It was always supposed to be handmade and it was always supposed to be a creator space. So yeah, that's about it.
That's kind of really cool. Okay, coming to my next question, what have been the hardships while starting out?
First thing was the name. I was overthinking it, like any person does, I think. And then it was all about suppliers. It was about getting the right supplies, getting the right boxes. It's not easy, but it's the information is available, but there's a lot of information available and you have to go through it all and call like sometimes 50 suppliers for just one single thing. And it's worth it, but that I think was a big hardship for me to kind of figure out where to get my supplies, try a lot of different websites, a lot of different suppliers. I've been lucky in that manner sometimes, mostly sometimes. And I thought it would be difficult to tell my parents about it, but they were super supportive actually. Like I did not expect such a chill reaction from them. But they were like, yeah, do it. Yes, you should. Like I was like, what? I thought there will be a little back and forth. I'll have to convince you. But yeah, they were in. They were like, if you want to try something, you go ahead and try it out right now. And that's the best time for you to do it. And that was.
Always have supportive parents. Coming to my third
Yeah, it is.
question. Yeah. Coming to my third question, what keeps you going?
Oh, okay. So I have been creating ever since I was a kid, ever since I remember being a kid, the youngest I've been. I have had a knack for crafts. So I like to I would pick up every and any craft. Okay. I would work with paints, I would work with my sewing machine. There's nothing that stops me in this manner. Okay. And I get it from my mother mostly. And my dad is also he doesn't shy away from handwork. And so I think it's not about what keeps me going because it's just, I cannot live without this. I would have been making things. I was making things for at least 15 years before I opened this brand. And I've grown up to be an artist by habit. I couldn't let go of that in my life. So, like, even today, I think about it. I'm like, what if I didn't have a brand? It actually this passion reached a place where I needed a bigger outlet than just to make things because you can only make so many things and keep them. Then you have to start throwing them away or something. Like, what are you supposed to do with so many things? And I can't like stop creating new things. I see a new thing and I want to make it. I want it to be made in my version from my hands. And like, I have that. I can't, I don't have a word for that feeling, but there's this, I cannot not create. I would, 3 days, I don't come to the studio, I lose my shit. I am anxious. I can't take it anymore. I feel like I can't breathe. I just have to. And all it takes for me to feel better and normal again and clear headed is just to sit here and make a few pieces. And I'm just like, wow, life is good. That's it. So I can't live without this. So it's more for me than for anybody else. Yeah, that's
So
my answer.
yeah, that I am getting so inspired by you just by a few minutes into this conversation.
Thank
Okay, so
you.
I want to ask you one more really interesting question. So, what does one, how does one need to think while starting out? Like, what are the few things that they need to keep in mind before starting out?
Practically, why? You need to know why you're getting into it because it gets hard. Okay, everything has like a high and then low. Business grow like this. People think the growth is linear, but it's not. It's not like you start at zero and then you're at 100 after 4 years or whatever. It's like sometimes you one of your products would really be a hit, and then it'll take a dip and you'll get no clients for a month or 2 months or 3 months or whatever. But that's the reason, because when you will have that dip, if you don't have a strong enough clear why you were here, you would regret everything, you would question everything, you would regret everything, and you will spiral down mentally, and that's not good. So you need to, before you even start, and when you're inspired the most, when you're like, you have all these all these desires going wild, you're like, oh my god, yes, and you're feeling all the feelings about that business, that is the right time to be like, why do I want this business? And actually physically write down things, whether you're typing it out and everything, and save it somewhere, so that when times are dark, you can go back to that and remind yourself why you started. So that is like one thing that you do for your own mental health and for yourself. The other thing, financially, you need taken care of is you need to be in a place where nobody else is dependent on you, because a business takes a long time and financial investment. You're buying packaging supplies, you're buying other supplies to make the product. So even if you're not doing a handmade business, you're just reselling products, you still are buying a lot of supplies, and they might take their own sweet time to sell, and then you have to invest and show up every day. So you have to make sure that you don't have this financial tension in your head, because that's not going to help creatively. And for me, I was grateful because like I'm still living with my parents, and I was given the permission to experiment with this through them, because they were not like, do a job right now, you need to make money. So I have this small window where I can experiment right now, and I'm hoping everything goes well. But those are the two most important things. And the first most important thing would be your mental health. So just know why you're getting into it. Don't get into it because other people are doing it and looks cool. That's not going to get you very far. You need to have a stronger desire than that. So, yeah.
This coming to my next question. This I'm really intrigued
Yeah.
about. What is the best or the worst comment you've got as a small business owner, and how have you reacted to it?
Okay. So I've been really lucky to not get a lot of bad comments. Like my crowd is pretty good. Okay. Like the community that's been building around a creative studio, I'm very lucky to have that. There's amazing supportive people there. I don't remember my best because everybody's super nice. I'm not even joking. I'm not exaggerating. But there was this one time that this one person commented and asked. There was initially a time where I was selling masks. Okay. And they asked me how much they were for. And I told them how much they were for. And they said, ये तो मैं 20 रुपए में बना लूंगी, ha 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 ha. And I was like, I don't care, okay. Like, but like that was weird, and that's the weirdest. Like I don't have anything that's ranked beneath that or even come close to that, because nobody has ever left any negative comments on my touch wood on my products or on my page. That was the only one negative comment. So I don't know if it's the worst or anything, but yeah, it's been pretty sorted.
Yeah. And what is the best one you heard?
So that's what I'm telling you. I can't pick one. It won't be fair to any of the people because everybody is always so. You should see them. You should literally see how supportive they are. And I'm like, but they're commenting, and I'm just like, and I'm always like, always my reaction would be, because like, I don't know what to even say. You're being so nice to me, and like, it's super sweet. Yeah, it's actually super sweet to have such a good surrounding. You're surrounded by yourself with artists and people who appreciate the art. And I think that matters a lot because, again, social media people can be harsh. I haven't experienced that, but I think they can be. Yeah.
Yeah, I always feel that it's important to appreciate the hard work, the dedication you put in as a small business owner, because initially you need that support.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
that's
my
true.
last and final question to you before I rush you away is what would you like to tell anybody who's just starting out and, if they wish to start out as a small business owner, what is that one word you'd like to tell them?
One word? I have to boil it down to one word.
No, no, no.
I'm
You
so
can you
talkative.
can
Don't
give
ask
a
me to like
you,
boil
you
it
can
down.
tell us how you feel, like what would you like to tell them, not in just a word, but many words.
That's a lot of pressure actually, because I don't have just like one thing to tell somebody. There's so much to learn. Okay, yeah, I think that should be the one thing. Be open to always learning in this field. Always. Something better is going to come. There'll be a better way to handle your finances. There'll be a better way to do whatever processes you do in your business. And the more you're updated about technology, the more you're updated about what are the new ways of managing your clients, talking to them, what are the new ways of modes of payment that they find convenient, and you don't work according to that. I think it's just a lot of learning, and it's like learning every day. It's so much that you have to take out time except for your business to just learn about business in general. So I think it's important to do that and to not, feel like, oh, I know everything about it. I don't think I'll be here running this even for like 10 more years and I'd still say that I know everything. I don't see that day coming because I feel like times are changing and every day something new is happening. You cannot
Absolutely.
just say that anymore. Yeah.
People
So I think
also
that's
have
it.
been kind of giving up easily, and like they start off very nicely, and I've seen some amazing small business owners, but they also kind of give up very easily. I mean, what do you have to say about that?
So, like I said, be sure that you don't have any pressure on yourself because it's not about small businesses. Today, it's very convenient for us to run a business just from the comfort of our homes. Of course, we have to do everything ourselves, but imagine about those people who are actually setting up a physical shop. Earlier, it was so difficult. My mother's side, they're all into business, okay, and they have like a family grown business. So like in front of her it grew from zero, and I know the hardships and the struggles. Like these people would sit together, this was like really old times, and they would be wrapping candies and doing these basic things in the house, and it grew from nothing, and today it's like, sorry, excuse me, it is huge. Okay, they're very well known, and they're not even just doing retail, they're doing wholesale, so they're like players now in the game. But it took them two, three, they're on the third generation now, so it's a lot. Okay, you cannot give up that easily because for any business you need to give it 5 years to come to a point where you're making profit. You will make profit, I'm not saying you won't, but everything will keep going back into the business because there'll be dips, right? So people think, that's the thing about Instagram, people are sharing their successes so much that the people who want to start look at that, and if you look at that and you start, it's not real. There are people who shared the real stories on YouTube and Instagram as well. Go look for those. Go look for the real stories and how much time it actually takes. There's so many studies. Business does not grow like this. It takes a lot of efforts and a lot of days and years without any, thing going in your pockets because everything keeps getting reinvested into the business again and again and again. So like as much money as I've made till now, I have nothing to show for it. Nothing except for better supplies, better packaging, better things, and a bigger community that I can serve to, more designs, but like nothing in terms of money to show people that, oh, I mean, it's not like I'm making money and I'm spending it. Like, I don't have anything to spend. So it's going to be like that for a few years, I'm pretty sure. So you need to know that before you start. Giving up too easy, it's like, that's the thing, you didn't have a desire. Your why was, I'm going to do this cool thing, I'm going to make some money and I'm going to get off. So that's why I think people give away. Also, I don't mean to be too, and sound like I know it all, because I'm pretty sure sometimes it's more like a financial struggle. Sometimes it's like people need to make money, so they need to stop doing this and they need to go to a job because that's what their life is asking them for in that moment. So it's okay, everybody has their own journey, and like I told you, I'm just doing this not for anybody else. I'm just doing this for me because I really would go crazy if I wasn't doing this. So even if, a day comes when I need to financially get a job because this business is not making enough to support me, I would do that. But I don't think I'll see a day where I will stop this, even if I'm taking out a piece a month, because like I need this more than the business needs me. I need the business. So it's like that. Yeah.
Right.
It's very personal. I
Such an
can't
interesting
really.
conversation. I want to go on and ask you so many more questions, but I know you are short in time. So I will leave you. And thank you very much for inspiring all of us. I mean, I've just suddenly got so much inspiration. Now I'm going to go back, have a great conversation with my mom about this. But thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you very, very soon in person.
Yes, very soon. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.